Right, Tom, and it's only just that one cell. The rest of the THV11 viewing area is pretty much in the clear. There's no other strong cells to be concerned about, but this cell still is very spicy as it makes its way across southern parts of Pulaski County, about to enter into Lono County. So here's where we're looking at the rotation right over Highway 161, 232. There's Keogh, so it's not very far from Keogh. So Keogh, you need to be in your safe place as soon as possible. Lowest level, sturdy structure, into your hallway, into your closet. You want to separate yourself from the storm with as many walls as possible. Don't forget to put shoes on. If you have a football helmet, a bicycle helmet, those are all good ideas. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. Nothing has been confirmed, but this cell continues to produce rotation. It's spinning like a top as it approaches the community of Keogh. And looking at some other communities in the path of this dangerous cell would be Blakemore. So Blakemore, you need to be on your guard. England, it's going to be a close call for you. I know the tornado sirens are going off. That rotation, if it holds together the way it is, it's moving to the east. So it may just go to the north of England. But if you're watching us north of England to Keogh along Highway 65, you are certainly in the path of danger with this cell as it makes its way off to the east. About, what are they saying, 15 miles per hour? So it's a slow mover. Is that right? Because it was going 35.
It was going 35, and it's crawling, moving east at 15. Some other places, Toltec Mound State Park, Toltec, Estes, Coy, and Pettis, Arkansas are in the path of this storm. We have heard reports of some damage, wind damage from a potential tornado over towards Sardis. So very well could have produced a tornado. Then it went through a down cycle. Now it's beginning to strengthen once again. And the area of concern is around Highway 232 and 161 as it moves to the east very slowly. Here's Keogh. Keogh, you're in the path. If it continues its current movement, then it will move right over Keogh, if not just to the north. You've got Blakemore and Pettis just to your east. So along Highway 31 and 15, those are some of the major highways here in southern parts of Pulaski and Lono counties with this potential tornado once again. We never had a confirmation, but we have wind damage, some trees and power lines down. Saw that a tree had landed on a house, possibly strong wind gusts or a brief tornado. Here's the track. 737 Keogh, you will be affected. 757 Pettis, Hamilton and Slovak, 827 and 851. 15 mile per hour movement. So this storm is really moving very, very slowly.
All right, Tom, the fire department in East End reports numerous trees down and limbs down, and they are responding to a tree on a home, and THV11 has a crew on the way to see what that damage really looks like. And of course, we'll have more on that coming up at 10 o'clock. But this cell, it's all by itself. So that is a little bit of a concern, Tom, because when we take a look at the rest of the region, there's nothing going on to the south of this cell. So this cell is able to feed off the environment as long as it wants to. So that's why we extended that track into Prairie County. There's no tornado warning for Prairie County, but if this cell holds together, maintains its strength, it will approach Hamilton and it will make its way into Prairie County, into the community of Slovak. So even though you're not under a tornado warning, just want to give you a heads up because this cell does have the potential of holding on and may still be able to produce a tornado at any moment. And we're looking at the potential of a tornado with this cell. Nothing has been confirmed as of right now. There could certainly have been a brief touchdown earlier in Sardis, but this is the same storm, so it's had a history of producing damage. So we need to take it a little bit more seriously now, since it has that history. Whether or not it was a tornado or just a rush of wind, that certainly can still bring down some trees if it's pushing winds out 60 to 70 miles per hour. To the north of the rotation, it's heavy rain and probably some thunder and lightning. But the main concern we have with this cell, Tom, is that rotation. It's still there. There's definitely still a little couplet as it works its way across Highway 232, where you see the blues and oranges very close together. And here is the line of Pulaski County getting into Lono County. There's Toltec, so we have the state park right there. It's going to be very close to Toltec. There's Cobb's, Highway 15, Highway 165, and it's going to continue to push its way off to the east about 15 to 20 miles per hour.
So if you're at home right now, this is affecting you during dinner time. What you need to do is just calmly grab the kids, grab your pets, go to your safe place. And if you're not quite sure in your home, go to the innermost room of your house, lowest level of your home. Maybe you've got a basement. Go to the basement, put something over the top of your head, and just kind of go along with us as we will ride this out together. With this tornado warning in southern Pulaski County and parts of western Lono County. This is really the only cell we have. There are a few more that are popping up just to the west, but it's this cell. There were two tonight, one that developed and moved through Garland, Saline, and parts of Pulaski County with large hail. Another cell developed and cut that first one off, and that's what this cell is. This is that second cell, and that red area is a polygon that indicates that your area is under a tornado warning until 8 o'clock tonight, and that would be for extreme southern Pulaski County and western and southwestern parts of Lono County. Highways 15, 161, 232 in this red shaded area until 8 o'clock. We're talking about Keogh, we're talking Pettis, and on down the road you've got Blakemore, Arkansas. Farming areas out here, Scott, Toltec Mounds. Those are the areas that are in the path of this possible tornado. So make sure you got the kids, go to your safe place, put something over your head to keep you safe in case we have flying debris. We have had reports of some wind damage, power lines, trees on homes over in the Sardis area, East End area, and we're going to check that out. Here's the area of rotation. I'll let Nathan describe it a little bit more.
Tom, is still a little couplet there. This storm cell is still producing just enough rotation that it may produce a brief tornado at any moment. And that's why we are on air at this time, because of course we have viewers in Pulaski County and Lono County. It looks like it has gone down just a little bit, but you know the history with a supercell thunderstorm, it goes through cycles. It cycles up, may produce a brief tornado, weakens, cycles down, and cycles right back up. So this could be, you know, a little bit of a pattern we're going to have to deal with through this evening, just because there's nothing to the south of this cell. But once again, the main concern is that rotation very close to Toltec, very close to Cobb's and Keogh. If you're watching us in those locations, you just need to take your tornado precautions just in case. This has not been confirmed by any means, but this storm itself has had a history of producing down trees and also a tree on a home in Sardis. This came from southern parts of Pulaski County and extreme eastern parts of Saline County. And as it's made its way through Pulaski County, now entering into Lono County, it's still packing quite a punch, and you just don't want to let your guard down. Although when we take a look at the structure of this cell, Tom, it's certainly not that impressive. And let's go over to Storm Track 11 as well, because this really pinpoints exactly where the rotation could be within this cell. I'm going to rewind this back just for about 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and where you see that little pinpoint of green, that's where the rotation ticked up just a little bit to the west of Keogh. But now we're seeing that rotation kind of bow out a little bit more. It's not so much of a circle. So that to me is indicating more of a gusty wind or damaging wind threat versus actual rotation touching the ground, Tom.
National Weather Service just said, like you mentioned, they're going to cancel the warning. The rotation has weakened quite a bit. But keep on your toes. These things cycle back up and then they weaken, they cycle back up again. And this is the area that could have rotation with it, flattening out, becoming more of a straight line wind issue. But we're waiting for the Weather Service to cancel this warning. We'll stay here until they do so. Then we'll go back to network. And if we have more tornado warnings, we will stay with it. And they're canceling the tornado warning in Lonoke and Pulaski County, as the cell looks like. Now it's in Lonoke County, at least the dangerous part of it that could have a tornado. It's crossed over Pulaski into Lonoke County, Scott upstream, Keogh downstream. That's where we're finding the rotation tonight. So with the warning canceled, and that means that we don't have another, well, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the same area for damaging wind and even some large hail, but the tornado threat has waned on down just a bit. Nathan and I will be here until the threat has ended. We may be popping in on your TV here in just a few minutes. Right now, though, we'll go back to network.